With us today, Sharlee Glenn from the Mormon Women for Ethical Government and Lauren Simpson, a policy fellow at Alliance for Better Utah. Sharlee, your organization has been speaking about immigration issues for a long time. Immigration problems have been an issue for a long time. What makes this one different? Is it the TV images? Is it the people screaming on Capitol Hill?
Well, we've definitely crossed an ethical line with the separation, taking these children away from their families at the border. And it's something, I mean, I do not see this in any way as being a partisan issue. I see this as being a moral issue. And, you know, when we're taking young children away from their families and using them as bargaining chips, holding them hostage in an attempt to deter immigration, that's just wrong.
What is your group doing? Are you working with other groups similar in the country, bombarding the congressmen and senators? What kinds of things have you been
exactly.
doing?
That is what we're doing. We are encouraging all of our members. We have now nearly 6,000 members in our organization to contact their members of Congress and to let them know that this cannot stand. And we also have planned tomorrow, in fact, several vigils that will be held, calling attention, shining a light on this situation.
Keeping it to light. Lauren, you wrote an op-ed piece in the Deseret News, and one line catches me. In truth, family detention is simply a euphemism for jail. You spent some time in a facility down in Texas and saw it firsthand, correct?
I did. I went down as a student with the BYU Law School, and then after graduating, I went back for a week as adjunct faculty to help asylum seekers in that facility.
The biggest takeaway you saw as you sit here now and look back on that?
I mean, family detention has been a problem for a long time. I think it's good that it's getting the attention that it deserves as a humanitarian crisis.
Right.
Something that's most concerning to me was, for me, the takeaway was that these family detention centers are just not an acceptable place for children. These kids are traumatized. They've been through so much. And so something that's really concerning to me is a lot of the legislation that's being put forward right now. The executive order seems to override a settlement which basically said that you could not detain kids indefinitely. And so I think we just want children to be out of those facilities as fast as possible.
Yeah, and it's not going to be solved overnight. One thing I was wondering about, both of you can answer this, what is the long-term effect in terms of the effect on children, families, moms and dads emotionally? You know, 5 years down the road, I wonder what the thinking is when this gets solved, if you will.
Exactly, and a lot of child psychologists and therapists and behavioral scientists have weighed in on this. And it's very clear that this kind of trauma has a permanent effect on kids. It really does. And we have to see this issue. We have to put a human face to it. We have to realize these are real children. Think of our own children, our own grandchildren, and the trauma that this kind of thing would cause for them.
And we've seen that in the TV images. You've seen it when you were there for volunteering, and you're still involved in some of this. And is there light at the end of the tunnel, or do we have a long way to go yet?
I think we have a long way to go. And I think from a public policy issue, we reap what we sow. And if we're sowing right now trauma in these kids, you know, that's an issue that's going to come back to us over and over again, like we're seeing in the refugee crisis now from Central America.
True. Lauren Simpson, Sharlee Glenn, thanks for joining us on this Sunday edition.
Thank you so much.